Hi, how are you? How to get in terms with Christmas if you don't like it? I assume that if you are watching this video, you don't like Christmas. I don't like it either, but I would like to like. I know that there are many kind of reasons that you wouldn't like Christmas or wouldn't expect it enthusiastically. If you, for example, are short of money, then Christmas is not very nice. All the advertisements of the gifts that you cannot give to anyone, and the lavish dinner, Christmas dinner, that you cannot afford. And that just seems unfair. Because Christmas should be for everybody and there should be peace and harmony and love all around the world. But for somehow it's just, is it so? Or if you are lonely, then it's not nice to be on a family holiday when you are just alone and try to figure out something to do, something fun. And when you watch the TV, you again see those happy families. And then there are, of course, people like me that have grown up in a home that couldn't have normal Christmases. But there was always this gigantic shadow in everything. But that I will maybe talk about in another video. I can just give you a hint that I'm from the area that is very religious. So even though my parents weren't, it was a shadow on Christmas. But what to do? How to somehow get in terms with the fact that Christmas is coming anyway, and we should be able to enjoy it at least a bit, if not in full throttle. Well, first of all, I would shut the TV. So all the movies with the families loving each other and having this kind of fight and resentment, and then they just stay together for 3 days, and then everything is happily ever after, and everybody loves each other, and even the grandpa is somehow nice all of a sudden and starts to talk. And they are really not very logic. If these people have gathered every Christmas and now after 30 years, they just suddenly bloom to be loving family, what have they done the previous 29? It's not a very good movie at all. I wouldn't want to live in that kind of family, even though, well, what do you can switch it for? That's the other question. But stop watching those films. They are just depressing and give you very wrong idea about people. If you have a family member that is not nice and not forgiving and not understanding and not empathetic, you know what I mean. It just doesn't apply to every family. I don't know how many families it does apply. They are lucky bastards after all, without the Merry Christmases. Well, because I have had difficult Christmases when I was a child, to say the least, I worry constantly that I pass it on to my own children, that they are not able to enjoy Christmas because I am like this. And that's a hard question. I'm not that kind of person who lavishly gives gifts. I cannot do that. I'm stingy, I know, but I try. I try to get them something nice every Christmas, and it has been accepted that we give just the small gifts to one another. It's not on our culture to do anything lavish, although some people do, and if they would need something and want really something that is more expensive, then it would be a great Christmas gift or a birthday gift. But as for giving gifts, and for me, I don't want gifts, but I am disappointed if I don't get any. So you get the drift. Very mixed feelings, and it's very hard to help myself with that, or anyone who feels the same. But how do you move on? Well, first of all, you don't open TV, and that's a good start. I haven't done that in years. And then if you start to plan, plan those things that you like, if you like anything of Christmas. I like Christmas decorations. I think that that's something like therapeutical when I can do something. I can cut those little figures and put them in the windows, like the children do, small children do, but I do it also. And put on red pillows and that kind of things. Just make a home look a little bit prettier. That's something to do, and it makes everything seem a little bit nicer. And of course, lights. It's so dark that I cannot even get started with that. It has been raining ice bits for the last 48 hours. So we have like this kind of amount of ice bits everywhere. I haven't gone out this today. I just can't. It's furious. But it's dark. So getting Christmas lights out, it's nice. You get a little bit of sun, a little bit of different kind of lights, something out of the ordinary for a month or two. So that's what I do. Then I thought that I bake. I love to bake. So gingerbread with the kids and rice pies. My daughter said a week ago already that, Mom, let's do rice pies. But everybody loves them and they are actually good for you. So they are good to eat. And what comes to Christmas dinner, I have been previously very stressed about it because in my home, in my parents' home, we didn't eat the traditional Christmas dinner. So I haven't got a clue how to make it. I cannot make those traditional dishes because I'm from a different part of country that we don't eat that kind of things at all. And it was like very hard when I met my husband and his daughter, and I'm afraid that they were very, very disappointed at the first few Christmases when there was not a Christmas dinner. But even my husband doesn't like the traditional Christmas dinner, so we have made our own version of it, and we start to plan it like well ahead, so that we know by the Christmas time that the previous week what we have to get from the grocery store and what we do and when. And actually I was sick in few Christmases, so my husband did the whole Christmas dinner, and he said that afterwards that he can do it every Christmas, and he does it every Christmas. So that's one thing. That's one huge thing, one big thing out of my list of to-do things, and I'm very grateful of that. So the one thing that women especially are judged about in every holiday is what's on the table. And I didn't want that in Christmas because I am bothered by the time itself. I don't know if you can do that kind of arrangement, but do something about the Christmas dinner if it's something that bothers you, that you feel that is too much. Buy something ready and don't make everything from scratch if you don't like it. I know that so many people do. They do every meal, every course from the scratch. The worst was my former mother-in-law. We were there for Christmas dinner, and after everybody has eaten, she started to cry. And the rest of the family didn't do like anything, and I was horrified, of course. I was like, what's wrong? What can I do? And she just said that she has been cooking for 5 days and she's exhausted, and she's just glad that it is over now. But she's happy to do it next year again. And I was like, oh my God, this is not a good thing. Well, I moved on from that family afterwards, but I can say to my defense that I cooked them some kind of Christmas dinner in one Christmas when things were bad. So she didn't have to do anything. But it's not good to take that kind of burden and keep it year after year after year. you start to hate Christmas. It's like work camp. And of course there is, if you are religious type, then thinking about, or even if you aren't religious type, what Christmas is all about in the first place. It's to celebrate Jesus, or before that, to celebrate the darkest day of the year, so sun will be coming up again. But I try to think about the meaning of the Bible, about the Christ. And quite many years I have been watching the Mass from Vatican in the middle of the night. It's somehow soothing to, kids all have gone to bed and everything is quiet, and then just maybe take a glass of wine and watch the Mass from TV. I sure hope that I will be able to be in Vatican one Christmas. It would be great to be in the main Mass with the Pope. Experience, I think it's always packed full, I know. But that also like calms me down and takes my mind away from my own worries about my personal memories. It somehow gets me sidetracked. And of course my husband says that think about it as a holiday. If you don't think anybody else think about it, it's just a holiday. And it is, because I'm an entrepreneur. I don't have official holidays because nobody is covering for me. So it's the week between Christmas and New Year's that is the most slowest of all. So nobody calls. Phone doesn't ring at all. And then I can be on holiday, like really. And of course kids are home, it's not school. And we can just be, sleep in, read books, eat chocolates, modestly. But try to embrace the holiday part. And the best part of Christmas for me is when the Christmas dinner is over. And before that, all the gifts have been given, and then all the official part of Christmas is over, and then there is only holiday. So that's when I like relax and just be and enjoy. But up to that, I'm always anxious, I'm always stressed, and I have always tried to, well in advance, start to think that I will enjoy this Christmas. I will put up the decorations and I will bake and I will put on candles and I do everything fun and nice and cozy, and try not to think about that it's raining hails outside. But every time I'm positive when December starts, but then I get more anxious and more anxious and more anxious until the Christmas day and the dinner is over. And I cannot help myself. I don't know what to do. I try to do these things and enjoy, because it should be a time that we all enjoy and there is peace in the world, or we hope, or there will be, or would be, at least a ceasefire for the Christmas time. I don't know about you, what you do in Christmas. I don't know what it would be like to be in the same household with a person who is super enthusiastic about Christmas and doing things, and people that make these lists about in what day do you do what before Christmas, so everything is perfect when the day comes. But I don't know if you are that kind of person or know that kind of person. Please comment down below. What do you think? How will they do things? But this Christmas, like always, I make a solemn swear for myself that I will enjoy Christmas and try to be happy and merry for my children, so that they could learn to enjoy Christmas and be happy at Christmas time, and not just move this burden that I have to their shoulders. So I hope you have a great day. You have a great Christmas. I think that I will make another video about Christmas before it comes. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.